But it's now time to talk business, and back with us again for the first time this year is Ilse Strauss.
Hey Fred,
I
good
don't
to
know
be
why
back.
we always pronounce it in that
no
German
idea.
voice.
I have no idea.
Here's Ilse Strauss. There you go, welcome back.
Thank you, it's good to be back.
You've been really busy. I know you've been touring around, doing speeches, motivational speaking. Give the people who haven't seen you before, because we now go out to New Zealand as well.
Fantastic.
Tell them who you are and what you do.
Yeah, wonderful. So everybody knows Ilse Strauss, as my name.
You're always in the house.
So what we do is we specialise in business development training and upskilling business owners. And part of that is a very holistic approach to business development, where it's not just about creating products or establishing business models, but we teach and educate people on leadership concepts.
Why do we need to do this? Why is it so important?
It's important because if you're going to be in business, as I say to a lot of our clients, being in business is one of the greatest personal development lessons there are, because there is so much you have to overcome to be able to be seen and heard in the marketplace. And so in part and parcel of doing that, you've got to understand and learn how to become a really exceptional leader.
And is Australian business doing really well? Because the rest of the world's in recession and bankruptcy over in Europe and that. How are we doing over here, the way we operate?
It depends on from what perspective you look at. I mean, if you look at the number of businesses coming into the marketplace, it's manifold. There are massive numbers coming into the marketplace at the moment. But the stats are really still showing that not as many are staying in the game for a long period of time.
Why is that?
Well, because they're not implementing sustainable business strategies. So a lot of people will come into the marketplace with a very good product or a very good skill that they can turn into a service-based business. But then if they don't know how to actually leverage it and make it sustainable, then it's not going to last.
Fantastic. And you can help people with maybe getting their business in the right direction and helping them with guidance and advice?
There's definitely strategies that we step people through for people who want to make it sustainable. It's easy to make a quick buck anywhere you go, but it's not as easy to stick in the game as long.
That's what I always find. It's like mechanics that get you in the first time, then they rip you off and then you never go back again. They may have made $200 in the first instance, but you never go back.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a big part about what we're talking about today with our branding conversation.
Yes.
Because it's not just about making a transaction, it's about how you have a lifelong customer stay with you. And that's all part and parcel of how you see your business and what you provide. Well, branding and brand are two very different things. Branding your business is really what I call the tip of the iceberg. It's the colours you use, it's the logos you use, it's the symbols you use.
Green and pink here on set, the colours that we use as our branding.
Yeah, this is part of your branding, but it can also speak to your brand, because the colours you've got here on set, the greens and the pink, it's very fun-loving, it's very quirky, it's very passionate, it's all of those things going on. And I think we've even got the whole colour coordination thing happening as well.
Yep.
That, if you take that and you go to market with that, and your marketing and your message that you're sending out to people is that this is who we are, and our colours are reflective of that, then that becomes part of your brand. It's who you need to position yourself as.
It's what you want people to see you as.
Exactly.
Is that right?
It's the personality of the business. I often say, you know, if your business could be a car, what kind of car would it be? And that often helps people to really understand how they want to be perceived in the marketplace. I mean, if you just look at, you know, Richard Branson, you know, Virgin and Apple and Google, like they've got really wonderful, strong selling brands because they know who they are in the marketplace and they know who they're marketing to.
They've developed their branding and it's working very well, and they push ahead with it. And they're very focused, aren't they, in making sure that we as consumers identify with those brands.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So there's a few things people can be doing.
What can we do to improve branding?
Well, part of looking at improving branding is instead of creating your brand in line with who you see your business as, you need to first look at who your market is. Because if you, for example, didn't want to attract the type of viewers that loved a very light-hearted conversation with good things going on, and
that's it.
Exactly.
So if I'm marketing my show and branding it to happy, young, fresh, even middle-aged people, then I brand it to them.
Exactly.
If I want to brand it to maybe very depressing people, I'll go.
You probably wouldn't be here. Someone else would be running the show. Okay, let's move along very quickly then.
Okay.
So that's a big part of it.
Yep.
And to do this, people need to understand that when you create your brand, there's a few things that's happening. One is that you really need to understand that it's going to help you improve the market share. It's going to improve the types of customers that are attracted to you. If you take McDonald's, for example, they know who they are in the marketplace. They know that they're marketing as a family-friendly organisation.
You see the arches, you know that's a McDonald's store as well.
It's all there, you know, the kiddie toys, the playground, the layout of how the restaurant is. They know who they are. And so regardless of if you like McDonald's products or not, you're going to go there if that's the type of experience you want. And therefore what they've done is they've allowed themselves to cater for a massive, which really is the lion's share of the demographic.
Fantastic. You've covered that very well.
Why, I hope I have.
I think you have. I think you've branded me with a very good brand. Well, you've got the top 5 tips. Let's have a look at those. Let's run through them. At number 1.
Beautiful. So it was really about client attraction is number 1. Okay? So people who are looking at creating a brand need to first understand who their target market is, like we mentioned before. So they want to understand the types of emotions they want to experience. They want to know the types of imagery they want to experience, but mainly about how they want to do business with you.
And that's the first one.
That's the first one.
Number 2?
Number 2 is it really allows you to think a little bit more innovatively about diversifying the types of products you have. So we spoke about before creating sustainable businesses. So businesses that aren't just in it just to sell it, make a quick buck.
So look at a possible future customer base.
Look at your
expand.
future, absolutely, like Apple does. You know, they had a lot of the iMacs, the MacBook Pro,
the laptops, the phones, the TVs.
The latest is the iPad Mini.
Yes.
So it allows for innovation in products.
It's allowing for their product to stay in the market with different products.
There you go.
Number 3?
Number 3 is building lifelong customers.
Yep.
So right now, we're in a space where technology means that we are operating so much faster. It's easy to chat to people. It's easy to have a quick conversation with people, but it's not as easy, and people are actually losing the skills to actually build really good relationships.
Okay.
In business, this is just as important. So you want to be looking at your brand as a way of being able to create connections with people, create relationships with people. So instead of just, perhaps signing someone up for a new product or a new service, you want to look at what the methodologies are that you have in place to enable them to continue connecting with you. It's looking deeper, it's creating communities within your own brand. Ben & Jerry's is a great example of it. When they started up their very first ice cream stores, what they would do is have a movie theatre going on the side of their building, so they would creating community, which then meant lifelong customers.
Fantastic. And number 4?
Number 4 is know how to market your message. So if you understand who you are in your brand, you understand your personality, the type of energy you have as your business, you then have a really clear understanding about how to take your message out to market. You understand the colours you could be using. You understand the types of language you should use. You understand if you should be doing Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter.
Really?
So all of this, by knowing who your market is and then understanding how to meet the message to market, you know how to position yourself in the marketing world.
And the final one?
The final one is looking at hiring the right people.
That's very important because that's probably one of the most important parts too.
It's critical. Often people think it's just the tail end of doing business, but it actually becomes the thing that makes the biggest difference.
Your people are your business and your brand, I think.
Exactly. So there's a big conversation that we have with business owners around creating a service culture. So if you know who your personality is in your business and you know how you need the market to see you as part of who you are and your positioning, then you need to know how to hire the right type of people. So when you know your brand, if you're quirky, if you're funny, if you're serious, if you're, if you've got any other kinds of things going on, then the types of people you hire needs to be based upon that kind of diagnostic rather than just hiring anyone who can do the job.
Do you know we've hired a good floor manager? She's telling me the time's up.
She's good branding.
I think we're just about ready to get on with the business marketing here. The colours are right, the crew's right.
We're all good.
We know how to market ourselves. Where can we get information if we want more from you, please?
Well, we can certainly go on to thecouch.com.au.
Yes, thank you very much.
And they can jump on there and grab some information.
And the link will be there.
The link will all be there.